Uganda Association of External Recruitment Agencies, and we are still digesting matters to do with the labor externalization in Uganda, that is off, in and out. Because it's externalization, so it will take two parties in here, and looking at the state of Ugandans working in the Middle East, mainly because that is where we we externalize most of our Ugandan people, our people, I should say. I'm no longer supposed to use the word export, because if I use export, it's more like we are selling goods. We are selling goods, and human being. I think
human being is not a good.
Selling of goods stopped with slave trade back then.
Human being is not a good.
Oh, very true. So now, Mr. Ali, we were mentioning about you people meeting the committee, or in Parliament, the Foreign Affairs Committee.
Yes.
What are some of the things that you discussed about, and why did you meet the committee?
The Foreign Affairs Committee, given the outcry of Ugandans and tainting the image of labor externalization and companies, I would like to actually thank the chairperson and the members of the Committee of Foreign Affairs. Like I also would like, and I have to thank the Committee of Gender of Parliament still, with our prior engagements with them. But this time round, we are very thankful with the Foreign Affairs Committee of Parliament, because given the outcry, they actually made an investigation. They made an investigation before they called us. They went to destination countries where we externalize labor, and they have found that people out there are crying for help. People out there are crying for help. They are Ugandans. They have been externalized, and some of them, they say they have been externalized by companies, and this caused the root cause of the Parliamentary Committee on Foreign Affairs to look into, to investigate further, even locally. So they actually had to write to our chairperson, and they wrote a letter calling the board of UERA, the board members of UERA, and the directors of every company to come to Parliament to have an engagement to see what is the problem, where is the problem, and how are we actually trying to make this work and minimize, if not get to the roots and close any outcry. I want to commend the chairperson of that committee. I am forgetting the name of the lady, but I also want to commend the Honorable Komakech. I also want to commend the Honorable Nkunjinji Mwada. I also want to commend the Honorable Shaban on that committee, because they have, when we were there, they posed very important questions. Very, very important questions. I think even Mr. Paul, who was once an ambassador, was sitting on that committee. He posed a lot of questions, and they triggered our discussion into the very right direction. We were looking at the loopholes. Why Ugandans out there cry? And these were some of our submissions. We said that, Madam Chair and members of the committee, look here. Yes, we externalize labor in the Middle East and in the different parts of the world. But most of the people crying out there, they have not gone through the legal channels. Hence, trafficking. Trafficking is a problem to this country. Trafficking is a problem because our people need to work.
And that means they're going to look for the possible ways of...
They are looking for possible ways of looking out for work, for jobs. And us as companies, we have a bureaucratic process. Until you are externalized, you must go through all the legal channels
before you move out of the country.
Before you move out. Those legal channels have been put in place by our line ministry, our regulator, and that is the Ministry of Labor, Ministry of Gender, Labor and Social Development. It is quite a long process that you can call tedious, and the traffickers are having leeway. They are very expeditious
in the way they do
their things. They will tell you, give me your passport, give me this amount of money, and in 5 days you will be out. But for us, we have to train you where you are going. Is captured, given to Ministry of Labor through IMIS, and you are approved. This candidate is approved and seen fit to leave the country. That is how labor companies must.
And just a quick one for the viewers. The chairman of the Foreign Affairs Committee is Honorable Nora Bingira.
Honorable Nora. I commend that lady. She's very hands-on, and I think she knows what she's doing. She knows what she's doing. Honorable Mkunyinji Mwada knows what she is doing, because they are trying to look at why the problem. They are not looking at companies as a burden, as people would actually.
They are looking at the problem.
They are looking at the root cause of this problem.
Before we go into the company.
Before we look at the companies, why is it like this? And this is what we told them. And this is why we are very happy with the Foreign Affairs Committee this time. Right. We are very happy because they tried to understand us. They tried actually very well to understand. They listened to what we told them. We told them even that, look here, our people are crying. They are crying outside our jurisdiction. Our companies operate within the jurisdictional framework of our country and not past other jurisdictions. Right. And why do we have embassies in those jurisdictions?
Why don't they help us out?
Why do we have embassies in those jurisdictions? We brought to the attention of the Foreign Affairs Committee. We brought to the attention of the Foreign Affairs Committee that, look here, even the companies beyond our jurisdiction, we don't choose them by ourselves. They go through the legal channels. What is this legal channel? These companies express interest of working with Uganda. Our officials at the embassy go and actually verify. They go and see that a Ugandan is going to be safe if it is being externalized by a Ugandan company to a foreign company, that our authorities as the embassy in those destination countries have actually taken time to go and inspect, investigate, and verify that they are actually fit to work with any company in Uganda for purposes of looking for greener pastures, for externalization. And once it is established like this, it is approved and it is put online that Ugandan companies can now work, can now have an engagement, agreements to work with this company, and they are put there. So we are telling these people that, look here, our elders, look here, our legislators. These embassies have given us a mandate and they have given us trust, because we believe that those individuals in the ministries, those individuals in parliament, those individuals in the embassies are more patriotic. And this is why the president has chosen them to overlook and oversee the welfare of a Ugandan in that destination. If you have given me an approval to work with someone, if my services, if my person that has been externalized has a problem, I expect that you are very fast, you expedite whatever means that you have to look into the matter. Because you have given me the mandate to work with you. You have called me here. If I have a problem here, they will first ask you, what happened within that time? What happened? You were with him on the TV. What happened? So this time our Ugandan is in that country. And in that specific place. Because government knows where these people are. We give government every information. So why is it that now the embassies, after the approval, they just sit back? And when our girls begin, or boys begin to shout aye, the aye will come back to labor externalization companies. It is government. It is government companies, no problem. But what we have to do as companies, because our hands are tied by our jurisdictional legal system, we need the foreign affairs inside. The transaction, the foreign affairs must be on track, must be with every information, each and every information about the migrant workers. It must not be only with the Ministry of Labor. Mm-hmm. And we are telling them, anything that you ask us, Ministry of Labor has it.
Okay.
Because nobody has gone outside Uganda legally unless the Ministry of Labor has the data. I don't want to say that we are 100% so holy as companies. I don't want to say that companies are 100% holy and all they do is to go legalize. No. Some companies, and I repeat, some companies are unethical.
Okay.
Some companies might be unethical
in the way they do that.
In the way they do their things. And when they are unethical, this is when the hand of Uera,
okay,
this is when the hand of Uera now comes in to whistleblow government.
Now, as well, I need to understand first is how many, by figures, how many companies do we have that legalized by the
Ministry of Gender? As of now, as at the time we met the Foreign Affairs Ministry,
okay,
the legally licensed companies were 316. 316 companies,
okay,
legalized. But I want to tell you that all our people in mostly Dubai,
okay,
in mostly Abu Dhabi, girls went there to do domestic work. Uganda as a country has no bilateral agreement with United Arab Emirates to do domestic what? To do domestic worker. So any worker, any domestic worker in the United Arab Emirates is there illegally.
Okay.
Is there illegally. And this is why everyone that comes out so much will talk about those ones. There's so many girls in the United Arab Emirates, in Dubai, in Abu Dhabi, in Sharjah, in Al Ain. Those are the states that make up the United Arab Emirates. Those are the Emirates now. Okay. Now, when these people go out and they have no fallback, sometimes these are people we externalized in legal channels. And once their contracts have elapsed, they come back home and they cannot settle and they don't want to go where they were before. Okay. So they want to choose to go to another country, another destination. So what do? They go at this time, the second time they move out of this country, they go illegally.
Let's now look at the deportation first of all. Deportation and the issue of human trafficking. Why then? Why do we have such cases happening while our Ugandans are working abroad?
You know, the deportations, you are trying to talk about Qatar.
True.
You are trying to talk about Qatar. Qatar is a jurisdiction that is hosting the World Cup.
Just a few months here, by the way.
Yes, just a few months from now, it is going to host. So a country has its own way of dealing with whatever situation that comes their way. But trust me, those people that are being deported, they are there illegally.
Okay.
No person in any country
can be deported
when you are legal there.
Okay.
Deportation is meant for illegal transactions, for crimes,
okay,
for anything to do with you not being legal in your channels.
Okay.
So those people that are being deported, I believe, because they are there who are not being deported.
Okay.
So if you are hosting a World Cup, will you deport a student because of World Cup?
No, you can't.
The student is there legally. Will you deport a doctor?
No, he's there on merit. He's
there on merit. Will you deport someone who was on visit visa? Will you deport someone who is on visit visa and their visit visa is still running?
No, you can't.
No, you can't. But the deportations are meant for those that are caught, those that have gone against the laws of the land.
Okay.
Yes, that is
But then if it goes back to us here, because every Ugandan who wants to go abroad, they want to look for cheaper means of moving out. How can they easily tell that this company is legal here in Uganda, or is at least recognized by the ministry?
You have posed a very, very, very important question. Those that want to go to the destination countries, those that want to go legally, yes, they should come to Uganda, and ask for a company if it is legal. They should go to the Ministry of Labor. There is a link with the Ministry of Labor where you can actually find all licensed companies. Now there's phones that are smart. Everyone has a smartphone. Most of us have smartphones. So you can just go to Google and place licensed labor companies. Licensed labor companies in Uganda.
And you will see them.
They will just give you everything. And you will choose from there which company you want to move out with. Yeah? We have a problem with people that have misbehaved with our companies. We have a problem with people that have misbehaved with our companies. The law is very clear that once someone has misbehaved with a company, they are sacked. They are dismissed. Legally, legal channels. Once you dismiss, you publish in the newspaper. Override the circulation to let the public aware that this person is not good and is no longer working with us. But those people may be outside there. They have not had a chance of looking at these newspapers, and so many of our people don't read the newspapers sometimes. But we have published so many of them. Companies have published so many of them. Our problem is that they use these dismissed people because they still have that face before they are dismissed. Many girls, many boys have interacted with them and they still believe they are working with us. And when they call them, they don't say we are not working there. You see now the element of trafficking comes in. And these people will begin to think that they are dealing with a company, yet they are dealing with a person that has been. We have faced a lot of challenges with such people, and once the ministry has written to our companies, we give them evidence of what they have told us by law, that we have done this, and now, but the girls have already been externalized. And these traffickers, we want the Ministry of Labor. We want the Foreign Affairs. We want police. We want ABCD to help in looking at those people. We have a problem with tours and travel companies. So when girls say it is a company, tours and travel, they are companies. So when girls there stranded say, I was brought in United Arab Emirates, I was brought in Dubai or to Dubai by a company, what will go in the minds of the people is that it is a labor externalization company. Yet it is a tours and travel company. Tours and travels are companies which have the mandate to get tourist visas, visit visas, and these girls are going as tourists. These girls are being taken there as visitors. Once now your visitation visa expires before you get a job, you become a problem. You become illegal in that country. So you have overstayed, you have this and this. So what they will say, they will shout out that the companies have brought us here. They will name companies, they will do what? Some of them, in the interest of wanting to come back home, they will name the first company that took them legally. So we are telling the ministry that even when these people have been repatriated back home, please get to the roots of why. Get the reasoning. Get the reasoning. If the people are there in those destination countries and they are in deportation centers and they are in our embassies, please, as the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, please, as the Ministry of Labor, Gender, please, as government, these girls when they come back, these boys when they come back home, have them interrogated to get to the roots and get the truth. Because Some of our companies are legal and they are doing a good job. If a girl insists, if a boy insists that such and such a company took me, and this is the evidence that they took me, that is a company that must not operate by virtue of the law. By virtue of the law, that is a company that must not operate at all. So this is why we are saying, government, please wake up. Let us work together. Yes, government, let us work together. We are not here to see Ugandans suffer.
You're here to help them.
We are here to help Ugandans better their lives. Any company within our umbrella as an association, once it has been indicated by a migrant worker that it is this company, it has done A, B, C, D, and this company has not provided data to the Ministry of Labor. This company has no tracks of this person. Then that is trafficking.
Now let's also speak about lastly here, as we are winding up with our discussion.
The resolutions?
Before the resolutions, when you look at the statistics that you have as UERA, which countries have the biggest number of Ugandans?
No, the countries that have biggest number of Ugandans are legally the United Arab Emirates. We have Saudi Arabia now, and we had Jordan, but Jordan's bilateral agreement was cancelled. Yes, but so many Ugandans are in Iraq. So many Ugandans are in Somalia. So many Ugandans are in the different parts of those countries working there.
And now the resolutions.
We have told the committee, some of the resolutions have been speaking as they come, but we have told the Foreign Affairs Committee that what we want, we don't want a regulation. Labor companies don't need a regulation. A regulation is a small thing. We need to have an act of parliament. We need to have a policy that is going to draw us to an act of parliament to actually streamline every aspect that is with the labor externalization. Because with that, the world is going to appreciate this work. The world is going to appreciate this work. Before you look at the girls that have died, before you look at the girls that have died, before we look at girls that have come home distressed, we want the Foreign Affairs to have a very, very big impact in creating this law that is going to tame the industry, and that is going to tame the companies, that is going to tame even Ugandans. Because Sonko, I want you to appreciate that even our etiquettes at some point deteriorate. We have people, we have girls, we have boys that have no etiquette at all, but they want to look for greener pastures. Character hidden. Character once hidden is only established once it has shown, and it will show in the destination countries. Some of our girls have slept with their bosses. Ugandan girls are beautiful. Those people, those people, once our girls there, they begin to do relationships. Some of the girls that we take are actually okay with it.
Because they know the opportunities.
Because they are being given money. But once they get tired and now they are not okay with it, they will tell you, Baba de Bankwata. I don't actually mean that all of them. Because there are genuine cases.
That he's actually raping.
Yes, there are genuine cases. And once there are genuine cases, the laws of the destination countries are very perfect.
They always work on that.
They will always work on it for as long as it is a genuine cause. But these ones that are ABCD, I have a girl externalized that has told other girls, announce me dead.
But she's still alive.
She's very alive. But she has told one of the friends, please announce me.
She doesn't want to come back.
Announce me dead. And when you are doing your investigations, you find out that she's okay, and they send you the audios that when she was giving them what to do. Okay. So these are ethical issues. The government does not know of it. Okay. The public does not know of it. But you know, I was there when someone was giving an example, and it was a good example. He said, a cup of milk, it is in Nyankole stuff, where they say a cup of milk is good, but once you drop in one drop of lemon,
it goes bad.
It goes bad. So these people on social media, the people that are only trending to like that Ugandans should give them likes or what, they have actually caused us a lot of damage. They have caused the companies a lot of damage. They have caused this country a lot of damage. And this is where the Foreign Affairs now say, why is a Ugandan flag dropping? We need to know. And all we see is you, labor externalization companies. But please don't forget that Ugandans are very funny people also. The etiquette. Okay. We have good people and some
of the bad ones.
Yes. So we want the Foreign Affairs, and we want the Ministry of Gender, we want the Internal Affairs, and every stakeholder in this to actually engage
everyone. Okay.
To engage everyone, because this is an opportunity. Uganda gets a lot of money from this.
It surely
but
does.
We are not about to talk about the money that Uganda gets. We are talking about lives here. And when you talk about lives and you marry it with money, the audience is not going to understand you.
Ali Ahmed, I think I will be having you once again due to issues of time management here. I believe we've run short of time. But this is a discussion that does not come to an end today. It's a discussion that is continuous, and surely we shall be having more extensive conversations regarding labor externalization in Uganda. Please note, it's not labor export. It's labor externalization. I've been having Ali Ahmed Zuksoka, who is the legal secretary of the Uganda Association of External Recruitment Agencies, and we've been digesting all these matters to do with Ugandans working in the Middle East. Please, thank you very much for being part of us today in our topic of discussion. Stick around, we'll return with the SMB on ground.